Hello, my name is Chouwa and I'm a Rook player. Nice to meet you. Today I'm gonna play Shogi with English commentary. I hope you enjoy watching. I was Gote, so for convenience the word is reversed. Also, I will read Shogi symbols from Gote's view. For example, pawn to 3-4 is pawn to 7-6. I decided to play static rook. Why I decided to play static rook? It's because the opponent moved king to 3-2 so early. Specifically, it is better to attack second file than to attack seventh file because second file is closer to his king. I also usually move pawn to 2-6 when the opponent's formation is pawn to 5-4 and silver to 5-3. I have two proper reasons. The moves pawn to 5-4 and silver to 5-3 meant he won't attack, which means he's waiting for me to attack. One example is static rook on a Guma strategy. To be honest with you, it's a really formidable strategy for ranging rook players. That's a reason one. Another reason is that I can castle my king to snow roof called gangi in Japanese. The good thing about snow roof is that it is different from Yagura Castle. I've already explained what Yagura Castle is and its advantages and disadvantages. So if you haven't watched it yet, please watch. How they are different? In Yagura, silver's position is 7-7, right? This means that I have to move bishop to 7-2, otherwise I can't use my bishop. Whereas, in snow roof, silver's position is 6-7, right? This means that I can attack more quickly and smoothly with my bishop. You know, it's the hardest part. I will explain more specific information about snow roof in other videos, so don't worry about it now. Just want to make sure that I'm not choosing static or ranging rook for no reasons. Alright, let's go back to my shogi. So the opening is double static rook. I have many options, but I decided to move silver to 4-8. To state my conclusion first, pawn to 1-6 was not a good move. You will know why it's questionable later. I decided to move pawn to 3-6 and pawn to 4-4, silver to 3-7, go to 4-3, silver to 2-6, and attack like climbing silver. Climbing silver is a really simple strategy, so I would strongly recommend for beginners. However, since I moved pawn to 1-6, he could move bishop to 6-4, like that, like this. This means that I should have moved pawn to 3-6 when the opponent moved pawn to 1-4. In my scripts, I had to move rook to 1-8, so I was being in trouble. He moved pawn to 8-6 and decided to exchange his bishop for mine. If I don't drop pawn to 8-7, rook to 8-9, and that's a problem. Rook to 8-5 is more aggressive than rook to 8-2. He would move rook to 2-5 or something like that at some point. Since he could drop bishop to 2-7, I don't think rook to 3-8 is a good move, but there was no way to protect my pawn to 3-4. I was disadvantageous due to his horse. I had to move go to 5-8 to prevent center from moving horse takes 4-7. I think my opponent's rook is doing really great job, so I decided to move knight to 7-7. He escaped rook to 4-5, but actually this was not good. Here's a reason why. I moved silver to 5-6 and rook to 9-5. Then pawn to 9-6, rook to 9-4, and his rook will not be taken. His horse, however, will be taken by dropping my pawn. That way, I became advantageous. He could only move horse takes 2-6, but rook takes 2-6. Wait, uh-oh. So what happened? Well, he would have moved go to 3-5, but he accidentally misclicked and moved gold takes 2-5. You know, I can just take this. Even though I was advantageous, I feel sorry for him. But good game. Alright, let's move on to the next one. For convenience, the board is reversed. Again, he is a static group player, and I closed my bishop's diagonal line as usual. I could also move rook to 7-8 instead of silver to 6-8, but in my opinion, silver to 6-8 is better because I could choose static or ranging rook depending on my opponent's formation. Again, I decided to play static rook because his king to 3-2 was early. Then, bishop to 7-7 to prevent center from moving pawn to 8-6, pawn to 7-4, pawn to 2-5. He moved bishop to 3-3 to prevent gote from moving pawn to 2-4. Goes to 7-8 was not bad, but it was questionable. There was a better move. What was it? It's silver to 3-8. It looks kind of weird, but it's the best move. Then silver to 7-3, silver to 2-7, pawn to 7-5, silver to 3-6, pawn takes 7-6, silver takes 7-6, silver to 8-4, silver to 4-5, and rook to 7-2. Now, I want you to remember next move. This may surprise you. Silver takes 3-4. You'd be like, wow, are you kidding me? What if he takes my silver? It's the most tricky one. But actually, gote, which is I am advantageous. Let's see why. So silver takes 3-3 promote, knight takes, pawn to 2-4, pawn takes 2-4, rook takes 2-4. And if he dropped pawn to 2-3, I can take his silver. So, he will escape his silver. Then, bishop to 2-3. He can't move king to 2-2 or king to 2-1 because I can move bishop takes 4-1. Bishop takes 4-1 promote, and that's already checkmate, so he would move king to 4-2. But then, bishop to 6-7 promote. His rook will be taken. Also, I could promote my rook. That's why I'm advantageous. You know, it's really difficult. I understand that. For me, it's hard too. But now you became stronger than 1 minute ago. Congratulations! And so let's go back to my Kifu. So I moved gold to 5-8 and pawn to 7-5. I didn't know what should I move, so I decided to take his pawn, but silver to 6-4. To prevent Santa from moving silver to 7-5, the only way is silver to 7-6, but rook to 7-2, and I'm in trouble. There is no way to prevent Santa from moving silver to 7-5. So I decided to open my bishop's diagonal line and exchange my bishop for his. So silver takes 7-5, silver takes, rook takes 7-5. Maybe I should have moved gold to 6-7 instead of moving pawn to 3-7-6 because now I have no pawn. That's the problem. I moved gold to 6-7, and he moved rook to 7-5. And decided to move pawn to 2-4 first, and exchange my bishop for his bishop. Knight takes, and rook to 2-8 is protecting my gold to 7-8. So he can't take my gold. But if I take this, if I move rook to 2-4, then rook takes 7-8, and that's game over. So I decided to move gold to 7-7, and he decided to drop his silver. I decided to move gold to 7-6. It's more like, aggressive. But since he moved gold to 7-2, I became advantageous. His rook will be taken. So if he moves rook to 7-3, silver to 7-4, so rook to 5-4, but silver to 5-5, and even if he moves rook to 9-4, gold takes 8-5, and thus his rook is checkmate. So he moved silver to 4-2, and I took his rook. And if I move rook to 6-1, then pawn to 7-1, and that's a problem. So I decided to take his silver, and he moved knight to 7-3. I had to move my my gold, and he decided to drop his pawn. And if I take, then bishop to 8-5, and that's it's game over. So I decided to move gold to 7-6, and then knight to 6-5. Actually, knight to 6-5 was not good move because I could just take this, and he decided to move pawn to 8-8, but I can just take this by my bishop, so I became more advantageous. I was kind of going to move knight to 4-5, but I decided to take first his pawn first, and bishop to 8-7. So he will move bishop takes 6-5 next. So I decided to move gold to 6-6, and he moved silver to 7-8. But I could just move gold to 7-7, and there was no problem. So even if he takes my silver, I can just take his bishop. So I will win another minute or so. So gold takes 8-8 and bishop dropped 4-4. I can just drop my pawn and he decided to move knight to 4-5, but just moving silver to 4-6, and he resigned. Alright, if you have any questions or requests or something like that, please write a comment below. If you like this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching and see you again.